guys, welcome to my 2022 manifestation routine video. Throughout this video, I will be showing you how I implement the law of assumption and affirming into my daily life. So first thing I do when I wake up is I grab my phone or my iPad and I start affirming. I have a plethora of notes in both my phone and my iPad to go through. I have one for self-concept. I have one for my generalized affirmations. And depending on my mood that day, depending on how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking that day, I might say both. I might say one or the other. I might say one in the morning and one in the evening. It just really depends. But right now, I was just going through my self-concept apps. Those are pretty much what I say to myself daily. And then if I want to add on my affirmations for anything else, I go ahead and do that. But yeah, typically right after I do that, I jump right into playing my subliminals. I have several curated playlists, some for self-concept, some for like my ideal life, which is my perfect me playlist that you'll see me clicking right here. I'll go right to that and I'll just play all the videos that are on there as I'm getting ready to do my next step, which you'll see in a second. So I have a dry erase board in my room, and I was talking about this on Twitter. I have a dry erase board in my room where I write all of my affirmations. Sometimes I get up and I write an affirmation a day. No matter what, I read this off to myself because this has my generalized affirmations on it. And it's also just good to have something hanging in your room like this that is a continuous reminder. So like every time I look at it, it encourages me and pushes me to affirm because it's literally right there in my face. So if you don't have this in your room, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you get one. I think it is so healthy. I think it is very beneficial to a manifestation journey and way of life. And I just love it. I love it. I think I got it for like really cheap at Target, like $8 or $9. And it's just, so this day was a very, very chill day for me. I pretty much had time for a lot. So I made a smoothie because I was really craving one. And it was really rainy. So I'm including this just to show y'all, like, not show y'all, but tell y'all rather, because what the fuck. But like when I'm doing mundane things like this, mundane tasks and stuff, I am affirming all throughout this. Like I have my speaker on, I have my subliminals on. I'm a person who loves subliminals. Like I play those all throughout my day. So this is just an example of when you're doing tasks, even like this at work or wherever the hell you are throughout your entire day, you can affirm through those mundane tasks because it just makes time go by a lot faster. And it's obviously more enjoyable if you're having favorable and beneficial thoughts. So this is just me making my smoothie and affirming in my mind. And in case you were dying to know, the smoothie was perfect. It was so good. It was literally just a strawberry smoothie, y'all. I just used like frozen strawberries, almond milk, and ice. And as you can see, like that was bussin'. So, scripting. This is not something that I do every day. At one point in time, it was. But now I feel like I've kind of reached the point in my manifestation journey where it's not so vital for me. But how I initially started off doing law of assumption was scripting. Like scripting was my primary form of manifesting. So this is something I do maybe now 3 times a week. I have all different types of notes in here that I write about different aspects of my life, like my love life, where I live, whatever. And whenever I script, I like to go outside. I love to be on the porch because it just makes it so much more calming and enjoyable for me. And I feel like when I'm in that kind of setting, it's just easier for me to focus and it's easier for me to really get specific on what it is that I want. So this is just me journaling. I had wrote a prompt about myself, and listed everything that I have, everything that is mine, all of my desires that are mine. And I was pretty much going to town. This is probably one of my favorite prompts that I've wrote recently. So I recommend that for y'all too. If you want to like hunch down and get specific on what it is that you want for yourself, write about yourself in your journal as if you have everything in your life already. Like talk about that car, talk about that SP, talk about that job, talk about that career, talk about that house. So yeah, I was just going to town with that. So this next thing I started doing very recently. I really enjoy it. I'm making a little graph chart thing that is representative of me and what I have in my reality. So I'm just writing attributes of myself. I'm writing down my affirmations. I'm saying this is what I have in my reality. This is who I am. This is how I show up as. I got this idea from somebody that I cannot remember the name of them because it was just like a really quick post, but somebody posted it on Twitter and it was really, really inspiring and it's really calming for me to do things like this. So the app I use for this is called Good Notes, y'all. I paid like $10 for it, but if you're a person who's on their iPad a lot and you like to do stuff like this, I highly recommend it because it's just so good, and I have like a lot of fun doing it. So I did that for maybe about 20 minutes while I was watching some TV. So it's way later now, around my bedtime, and as you can see, those are my ancient sea scrolls of fucking affirmations. I told y'all I have 1,000,001 affirmations. I get very colorful and descriptive with my affirmations. So I like to say my affirmations right before I go to bed, just because I like them to be like really good and suppressed into my subconscious before I go to sleep. I feel really confident when I do that. I feel really good when I do that. I like to get into it. I like to really get into the state of having it. And just something about doing it right before I go to sleep, that really impresses my subconscious. For me, that has been a game changer. And like I said, I do sometimes say them in the beginning of the day, but like I use that counter app. That's really how I've been affirming, throughout the day, more so lately with the, 10K, the repetition and stuff like that. So it's just been a long time since I've had to say my affirmations throughout the day, like look at my notes and say them, you know what I mean? They're just kind of something that I think of as a known fact. So it's just not super vital in my day-by-day manifestation journey, but I still do it. Also, what I do is I copy and paste my notes, and if you have accessibility on your phone, Siri will speak the notes out for you. So if I don't feel like repeating all my affirmations by mouth, she'll do it for me. I'll tell you in a sec.
I am the woman who has in all every aspect of my life has always been perfect and will only continue to get better and better. I am simply the best. Point blank. Curated, it's an irrefutable fact and everyone knows it. I am so incredibly loved by myself, and everyone who comes in contact with me love takes up so much space in my life. I've always been a lucky man. Money just comes to me so effortlessly. I get everything I want instantly. I affirm once and it's done, and it's story. I'm so fucking powerful. I get my manifestation.
She ain't never fucking lied. She ain't never tell not one fucking lie.
I live an extremely soft and easy life. Church with party of it. Right heart. I am so insanely
So like I also use the counter app, which is predominantly why I don't necessarily always affirm in the beginning of my day, just because my affirmations are kind of on autopilot at this point. It's not something that I have to take time out to re-impress into my subconscious because it's already there. So at this point in my day, at night, I will go ahead and use the counter app, and I will set like a 15 or 20 minute timer, and I will just affirm. I'll go through like each subject and repeat as I feel needed and necessary and whatever. But yeah, I have the counter app on my phone. I'm using my phone to record right now, so like duh. And usually while I'm doing this, I have, again, my subliminals going in the background because that is just how I roll. I love subliminals. I find that my subliminals that I trust in never had an issue with any of them. My subconscious isn't dumb, neither is yours. If you're listening to something and it's not resonating with you and you feel like there's something negative in it, you'll know. And that's pretty much how I've navigated my entire relationship with subliminals thus far. I found the subliminals that work for me. I continuously use them because that's what gives me success. Okay, y'all, I'm getting ready to try a meditation that Manifesting with Kimberly recommended. So I'm gonna turn my light off and I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna let y'all know how I feel.
You guys, so this was a quantum jumping meditation that Manifesting with Kimberly recommended. I love meditating. I don't do it every single night, but probably 2 to 3 nights out of the week. So it is a consistent part of my ritual, and I really did enjoy this. It's not too long. It's about 25 minutes long, and I really felt like I resonated with the meditation, which is actually very hard for me to find guided meditations that I like. So I was super happy that I enjoyed this one. I'll be sure to link it in the bio if you're interested. But yeah, I have my little candle that I light in the background and stuff. So yeah, I just started reading this book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I know that it is an extremely popular book in the LOA community. So most people know about it than not. But it is a really good book if you're interested at all in the scientific side, technical side of law of assumption. If you're into that breakdown, I highly recommend it. And if you're not and you just want more insight on the law of assumption, I still think that it is a good read. I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot of excerpts that I've highlighted because, as you can see, I read it on my iPad. So the Kindle app just lets you highlight so many excerpts. And so I'm going to bring up those excerpts in some future videos because They're just
but
really good,
I'm
y'all.
gonna end the video here because it's so late. I'm exhausted. I'm ready to get some rest so that I can be well rested for my day tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, you know that I love you. I love you.